Hey, family. Listen, it's the middle of the week. In fact, it's Thursday, and I wanted to follow up, like I said I would, and give us some nuggets, some encouragement, just to chew on and be thinking about Christ through the week. And we've been talking about being a disciple. In fact, we've been looking at Luke 9 and verse number 23, and we've looked at each of those phrases to kind of really grab a hold of what it means to apply the principles that are necessary to be a disciple of Christ. And the first one that we looked at was daily denial, the ability for us to every single day deny ourselves in order to be like Christ. And you remember that there were a number of reasons why we ought to deny ourselves, and a number of aspects to that denial. We deny ourselves primarily because of who God is. And when we think in terms of following God, following Messiah, then it just makes sense to get out of the way so that you can exalt who he is. Your denial of self is an affirmation of God being God enough. Think about that. Think about some of the things that maybe challenge why you get in the way, some of those doubting moments where you say, you know what, God, I'll fix it, or let me just jump in and do it the way I want to do it. Think about that, because that's going to help you to really look at how important it is to exalt God, trusting in him, believing that he is powerful enough, that he knows enough, that he's everywhere, that he's everything that you need in every moment that you need it. So that's the number one reason why you deny yourself, because of who he is. But then number two, when you recognize who he is, it helps you to appreciate who you are. You deny yourself because you recognize, and I recognize, that we are faulty. We are a fallen people. We're frail. Sometimes we're fickle, and we're faithless and fearful. Those things characterize us. They color the nature of humanity. And when you can see that about yourself, it ought to help you to want to get out of the way, just because of how inadequate you are, how inadequate I am. I need to move because I'm not good enough to do it. But then in addition to that, I deny myself because of where I am. I'm in a fallen world. Think about it. I'm a fallen creature in a fallen world. And as a fallen creature in a fallen world, I know that this world can't offer me anything. The only thing that it offers, in fact, is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. That's out of 1 John 2:15 through 17. And so we studied that we deny ourselves. Get out of the way. Deny is to die. So I died to myself because of who he is. I died to myself because of who I am. I died to myself because of where I am. And then finally, we deny ourselves because of what God wants us to be. I'll never be all of what God wants me to be until I get out of the way and let him repair me, let him build me, let him use me. He wants me to be holy. So that means it can't be about me. He wants me to be righteous. He wants me to be kind. He wants me to be loving. All of those things that describe Christianity, that put on Christ. Let's practice it. Let's practice denying ourselves. Let's practice that ingredient so that we can become who God wants us to be. Take the challenge. Love you. Praying for you. Let me know how your application goes. All right? Later.